Welcome, viewers, and thank you for joining us. I'm Braulio Rosa, Executive Director of the Broward County Bar Association. It is my honor and privilege to have Judge Fabienne Fahnestock with me today. We are celebrating Black History Month. This is a joint program of the 17th Judicial Circuit and the Broward County Bar Association. And with that, Judge Fahnestock, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So, Judge, tell us a little bit about when you first joined the bench, were you elected, appointed, and what that process was like.
I was appointed in 2017. I actually got the call from the governor on Valentine's Day, which makes it very easy to remember. The process was long, but it was definitely worth it in the end.
What division do you currently serve in?
Since July 2021, I have been in the civil division. Prior to that, I spent about 4.5 years in the family division.
And where are you from? Where's your family from? And what was your upbringing like?
So my family is from the islands, predominantly Haiti. I was born and grew up a little bit up in New York. I do not have an accent anymore, except when I say Long Island. But when I was 9, I moved down to Broward County, where I've been ever since. I was your run-of-the-mill kind of middle class kind of girl, went to Broward County Public Schools, which I loved. And both my parents worked hard. They came to the country, they didn't speak English. They had to learn the culture, the language while raising me. And I watched them, and I hopefully inherited their work ethic and just normal, boring kind of person.
Well, obviously you inherited their work ethic because I know you're very hardworking. I know you very well, and you represent our bench in Broward County in a positive way. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
With that, talk about cultural diversity. So your family came from Haiti. You think it's important to have a diverse bench that really represents our population?
I do. Having served in the family division for as long as I did, I saw various members of our community, definitely a cross section. And we are multicultural, multilingual, multi-generational. And the feedback that I got from the litigants, they appreciated when someone came in and understood where they came from, understood some of the challenges that they had assimilating to our culture, understood, what their cultural history was like. And not that it changed how I would rule. I would always follow the law, obviously, but it gave them a little bit more faith that they were talking to someone who spoke their language, figuratively.
So have you had to speak in Creole on occasion?
Other than a brief, what's going on? No, it's not pretty. It's ugly. If you want to talk about New York language, I'm with you, but my linguistic skills kind of died out when my grandparents passed away.
Understood. Yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, definitely.
100%.
Well, before you became a judge, obviously you had to be a lawyer. You had to be a barred lawyer. So tell us a little bit about your career prior to becoming a judge.
After I graduated law school, I clerked at the 4th DCA for about 2 years, which was a fantastic experience. If anybody gets the opportunity to do that, I highly recommend it. And then I was at Rudin McCluskey for another 2 to 2.5 years. And then I joined Gunster for the remainder of my private practice. Both at Rudin and at Gunster, I did predominantly commercial litigation, complex commercial litigation. Most of the time in the latter half of my practice, I was in federal court, but I did do significant work in state courts throughout South Florida.
So I know you were a successful attorney before. What motivated you to become a judge? Because the truth is you're generally taking a pay cut, and it's a different path. It's a path of service. So what motivated you?
The experience that I had when I was clerking at the 4th was probably what most impacted my decision to apply to be a circuit judge. When you have the opportunity to listen to both sides and apply the law and really do what's right, as opposed to advocating, you get an appreciation for the law. And hopefully my goal was to really instill faith in the public in what we do. I believe that the judicial branch, I know the separation of powers in theory, we're supposed to all be equal. I'm partial to the judicial branch, but I really do believe that the faith that the public has in the perception that the judicial branch is neutral and is fair really is the foundation of a good society. And if I was able to contribute to that and serve my community, then that's something that I wanted to do before I retired from the practice of law.
And what values or qualities do you think are important for a judge to have?
How much time do we have? I think we should all start with patience. You know, a lot of times it's not about who's right or who's wrong. They just want their voices heard, you know. So I think we should start with patience, obviously a great work ethic. It doesn't matter which division you're in. It doesn't matter what you did before you took the bench. It's going to be a learning curve when you come on. There's a lot of reading. There's a lot of educating. There's a lot of learning to do. I think also a sense of humor, you know, sense of humor is great. Sometimes you got to throw a little levity in. And I think I'll close it out with humility. At the end of the day, I'm here only because the people want me here and I serve at their will. So I think those are the most important qualities.
And last thought in terms of the substantive, in terms of young lawyers, minority young lawyers, or law students that see you and kind of identify with you and aspire to follow in your footsteps, what advice would you give them?
I think, you know, your reputation is everything. It doesn't matter if you are a commercial litigator, a criminal attorney, a personal injury, your reputation is everything. And if you have the reputation of working hard, if you have the reputation of candor to the court, you know, yes, you have to zealously advocate for your client, but you have to do so within the bounds of ethics and the oath that you took when you became an attorney. So be the best person and the best lawyer that you can be. Treat opposing counsel with professionalism, have respect for the bench, and that will carry a lot of weight if you decide that you want to put in and become a judge, whether through election or appointment. Your reputation will precede you everywhere you go, and people will want to support you.
Too true. That I know. Too true. So on the lighter side, perfect for us to segue now. One last question, Your Honor. If a biopic was being produced about Judge Fabienne Fahnestock, who would Judge Fabienne Fahnestock choose as that actress that would portray her in this biopic?
Okay, I'm going to pick someone, not necessarily because I think we are alike, but just because she is such an amazing and talented actress and so diverse in the roles that she plays, that if she were to choose to play my life, I know that she would make me look good. So I would pick Regina King. She's just incredible. I've been watching her since she was on the sitcom, and you know, I'm just so impressed with how she can transition from one role to another. And I would be honored if she would play me.
Perfect choice. She is a force, and she would definitely, I think, portray you well.
She's definitely a force.
Judge Fabienne Fahnestock, thank you for joining me today and educating our viewers. And as I had said before, you are always a pleasure, and you are truly humble and so hardworking, and you are a great public servant here, serving the people of Broward County. So thank you for everything you do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Braulio. Thank you to the entire Broward County Bar Association. You guys are tremendous in your support and your help, and I'm just glad that we were able to get this done.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
You too.